Hey, good morning, and welcome to the Drummergy podcast, the live and interactive show about life and music. And the Drummergy podcast is sponsored by 12th Fret Music, located at 671 South Capitol Boulevard in downtown Boise, Idaho. The the Pacific Northwest's largest selection or largest inventory of new, used, vintage guitars, basses, and amps and accessories. So check them out. I got the the where is it? The website scrolling right here. Look at that. This is like doing the weather on TV. Blue flashes. Good morning. Haven't seen you pop up in a little while. Thanks for joining in. Awesome. Hope you're doing well. Today is episode 165, and today's topic is constraints, working within limitations. It's a good topic because today's show will be short. I got to wrap it up by 7:45. I've even got a countdown timer going. I have an eye doctor appointment this morning just after 8 o'clock, so I need to have time to get there. And most of you know that I had cataract surgery done on this eye last Tuesday. So I did my podcast and then I went to the surgeon. I had eye surgery done. There's no stopping the show. There's no stopping the show. And so check it out. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but I'll look directly into the camera. And I've had cataract surgery on both eyes now, and they put this lens in there. And sometimes when you look into the camera or the light shines on it just right, it looks like you're looking into a camera lens. So let's see what happens. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll just do this and see if the light catches it at all. I don't know if it will. But at any rate, so there you go. I'm becoming bionic. As you know, I've got metal in my leg from when I when I broke my leg. I'm just I'm getting upgrades. I'm getting upgrades. I'm becoming a new man. But I had done a video, like a video drum lesson thing that I had posted, and the light had caught this eye just right. And somebody had commented on this little video I did. They said, "Hey, this is a great lesson. You might want to go have an MRI or a CAT scan." I don't remember what they said, but something alerted them that something was wrong with my eye. And I just kind of laughed it off because I knew what it was. But then after I Googled searched it, apparently there's something that the way your light reflects, like there's something really wrong is about to happen to you. I don't remember what it is. It just popped in my head. So I guess if you want to research that, you could. So there you go. Today is also National Umbrella Day. And we haven't had a big use for umbrellas this winter in Boise. It's been so dry and very little snow. So we got that going on. And then I've got my brand new Drummergy coffee mug. Look at that guy. Look how shiny he is. You can see the reflection of the computer. How do you get one, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. We have an Etsy store. So you can go to Etsy, and the shop is called The Merry Moon. And that's the producer's Etsy store. And you can buy all kinds of Drummergy merch. We have shirts and sweatshirts and things like that, and coffee mugs and tumblers. And you can also get Fred Rock School of Drumming stuff there and other drum related shirts. So check out The Merry Moon on Etsy. And there you go. You can get the same cup. Look at that. Who doesn't want one of those? All right. So back to today's subject, constraints, working within limitations. And today I'm working within a limitation of the time that this show can happen. So I'm going to be hopefully relying on some viewer interaction to go with this. So normally I'm here from 7 to 9 a.m. and today I got to be wrapped up by 7:45. Like I said, it's just a checkup just to make sure everything's healing in this eye fine. It feels completely fine, and I don't have any scratchiness or anything like that. It's been a week. Um, I can see really well, and that's makes me so happy that I can see so well. Uh, but sometimes when we have the pressure of working within a time constraint, we can accomplish a lot of things. So we can relate that to either life stuff or to music. And sometimes the best things happen in music that happened in a time constraint or in a small window. Uh, so what do you do when you have? Let's see. I wrote this paragraph out. I'm going to read it. In music, some of the best moments don't happen when you have unlimited time, unlimited takes, or unlimited options. They happen when there's a boundary, so the clock is running, or you're paying for studio time, and you're like, we have to get this done. We have to be prepared, and sometimes that's where the magic happens. Has anybody else experienced that before, where you're in a time constraint and you're up against the clock, and sometimes that's when inspiration strikes? Does anybody experience that? Hopefully somebody can weigh in and let me know. So start typing away, and let's see what comes out of this conversation. All right, Jared Anthony's here. Jared, hope you're doing well, man. Jared says, well, let's just put Jared's comment right up here. Jared says, I do my best work under pressure within reason, no matter what it is. Yeah. So, Jared, I believe you work in construction, or did work in construction doing carpentry. And was it, there's a word for it, it's escaping me. You're you could tell me what you were. You're not a house framer. You're more like a finished carpenter. That's what I was looking for. And I think the producer is here. Hello, producer. Are we here?
Hello, I'm here.
All right. Good morning, babe.
Hi.
So I don't know if you caught, Mary, what the topic is today, but it's constraints, and it's working within limited, uh, working within limitations.
Oh, okay.
Finished carpenter. Yes, thanks, Jared.
Whoa.
So, Jared, I'm sure that you have to do. Now, I know a lot about construction. Okay, when stuff gets to be detailed, I get impatient. Right?
Yeah.
Mary's experienced this, I think, a little bit.
Well, that's me.
That's you?
I'm like painting. I'll be the one that goes around and does all the edges like meticulously.
Yep.
But like if it requires me to wait, like if I have to do a step that requires me to wait before I can do the next step, I don't like that.
I don't like that either. I want to keep moving, right?
Like 5 minutes might be okay, but 24 hours? Ugh.
Yeah.
You must let this dry for 24 hours. No!
So, Jared Anthony, being a finished carpenter, I'm sure, Jared, that you don't have endless time to work on a client's home. You have to get that done. And maybe that they have a deadline too, or you might be working with other contractors who are depending on you to finish your job so that they can do theirs. I'm assuming that's the case. So Jared said he does his best work under pressure within reason, no matter what it is. I think sometimes too that happens in music for me, like having to learn songs fast. If I have a list of songs I have to learn and I know I have 6 months to do it, I don't use all 6 months to do it.
Whoops.
Which is bad, because if I just did it, then I would really know those. And so then if I don't do that, I'm under this pressure to do it, right? But then I think sometimes when, like for example, I got a call yesterday. I need to fill in for a drummer who's got 2 shows. He's got something up with his wrist and he can't play. So I have 10 days to listen to 150 songs because they do this like live band karaoke thing.
How much?
150.
Oh, I thought you said 250. I'm like, no.
Well, still
Yeah.
150. It's not like, oh, it's not 250. It's only 150.
Well, that's a difference of 100.
So, yeah. So I've got 10 days to at least listen through 150 songs so that so that if this karaoke thing I play and then people sign up to sing, that I could be ready to play any one of those 150 songs. Now I got 10 days.
It's like karaoke drumming.
It's going to be karaoke drumming for me. Jared says, OMG, that's not within reason. Well, so I don't want to say that playing drums is easier. Okay. But my number one job is to keep time. So as long as if that's the bottom of the barrel for me, is just to keep time and feel within that, then I might be okay. Which versus guitar or something that is a melodic instrument and there's a melody to that riff and everything.
Correct notes and wrong notes.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so everybody knows I'm really anti iPad. Like having the iPad up there so you can know what the words are and all of those things. I don't think that's a secret that I'm not a fan of that,
we all know this.
However, that would be a great time to use something like that in that kind of circumstance.
Yeah, because you're filling in.
Right.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah. And then in addition to same band, I have 18 days to make sure I'm ready to go to play, like, I think it was like 33 songs for a wedding. Those I really have to know. So there we go. Lindsay is here. Lindsay says, hey, Fred, Terry Bosie always talks about playing when creating with limitations. I find that does create new things you would not usually play. Yeah. I think we overthink.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Do you feel like you overthink things sometimes, producer?
Yeah. Pretty regularly.
But do you find like if you have just a very small amount of time to make a decision on something, especially in a creative thing?
Well, yeah. I mean, anybody who's gone to college and had to write essays and waits to the last minute because you're creating that, right? So, yeah, I always, for whatever reason, I hated that about myself, but I always did better like under pressure to create something like that. I don't know what forces your brain to actually start firing and making you think properly. I'm like, why couldn't I have thought like this, 2 weeks ago when the assignment was handed out? Oh no, I got to wait until the day before it's due to start working on it.
Yeah.
And then I'm stressed out and then I'm up all night. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with that, with the limitations. Like, it's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and they give you this like 6-page menu and you're like, there's too many choices.
Yeah. Do I want breakfast?
Yeah.
Or like you said yesterday, 11sies.
And
then lunch and brunch and.
Yeah. But when you've got like everything on the one menu, then it's like it becomes really hard to choose.
You have too many options.
So like, yeah, I think like it's easier probably to be creative if you have some limitations, like, oh, you can only use, if you're a painter, you can only use these colors. You get these few colors and that's it.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out how to make that work, or you only get this one brush.
You make me think of that scene in the movie My Cousin Vinny where they go to eat breakfast and the guy hands in the menu and it says breakfast, lunch, dinner. Those are your 3 choices.
Breakfast?
You think?
Tell me, what exactly is a grit?
Right. Exactly. James Harrison, our buddy James, one adapts to the time constraints put on them. I've had lots of time to prepare for high pressure gigs, and I've had no time. Wait, did I read that right?
Yes.
No rehearsal and totally winging concert gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been there, and I sit in that seat sometimes. It's freaking frightening the first time. It's like, what's going to happen? Am I gonna survive this thing? Are we still gonna be friends at the end of the night? Those people will never hire or talk. No, it seems to keep working out because I keep getting those calls to do that. So I guess sometimes you build a reputation of being able to be under pressure and still do the thing, right? Yeah, I think we're talking about artistic choices and making that work. I mentioned I know a lot about construction. When I do work around the house, I think if I just put my head down and work, I get a lot accomplished, and I'm not overthinking things. I'm just like in a mode of doing that. But once I start standing around looking at it and I start thinking a lot, then it really gets stalled, and then I find myself going in and getting a snack, and then noticing something that's on TV. Like the distractions start coming along.
Sure.
But if I just keep moving forward, I get a lot done.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to work really well. And so it was Lindsay, I think, that Mary mentioned Terry Bozzio about limitations. And if any drummer has seen Terry Bozzio's drum kit,
there's no limitations.
It's like taking like 4 Neil Peart drum sets and putting them together. Then you have Terry Bozzio's drum kit.
His limitation is he's got 20 cymbals instead of 30.
Yeah. Now, however, I'm willing to bet, though, if you put Terry Bozzio just on a 4-piece drum kit, what he comes up with is probably going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Good morning, Thomas. And Lindsay just put LOL. We should put a constraint or a limit on how many times people type LOL. LOL.
LOL.
Here I am doing my podcast, LOL.
Okay, they're totally not getting the reference.
I know.
It's an inside joke.
It's an inside joke. Greg is here. Good morning, Greg. Let's see what Greg says. In college, we would have to compose between 5 to 7 songs every week. Wow. In composition for media, the professor would always say inspiration is for amateurs. Just get to work and get it done. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Inspiration is for amateurs.
Wow. Just get to work and get it done. You know, producer, that makes me think of our mentor Matt Vanderbo with our taxi group.
Yeah.
I've mentioned off and on over the last few years that we belong to a group of songwriters in the Treasure Valley area, and Matt Vanderbo is kind of our leader of all of that, and he's been on the show before. When you're writing music for film and TV, his kind of the first thing he says is like, write, submit, and forget.
That's the taxi motto. Yeah,
that's the taxi motto. Yeah. Does Matt have a motto? Because Matt says that a lot. Because
it's the taxi motto.
Oh, is there something
I don't know, unless he was the one who said it and then it became the taxi motto. Yeah, so
Greg made me think of that, because writing 5 to 7 songs each week, you know, it's just right.
Well, he had to, I think he was, there's a video somewhere where he talks about, like, at his peak, how many he was writing, and it was a lot. Like, it's a crazy amount where you think, how did you have the time? I think it was more than one a day.
Was it like
it wasn't, but they're not full songs.
Right. He did like 300 some, you know, they could be anywhere from 90 seconds to
like 2 minutes or something.
Yeah.
He does have these projects that are albums that have actual songs, but his his bread and butter is the background music you hear, like in the, Keeping Up with the Kardashians and stuff.
Yeah.
He does all that crazy music the goofy stuff you hear underneath that kind of gives the scene some comedic character.
Yeah. Yeah.
He nicknamed it dramedy.
Right?
Drama comedy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he uh in in his world, you have to be really quick. So you got to be able to create when you create something and the library wants it and then a show wants it, they may come back and say, "Now, can you make me like 5 more that are kind of like that?" Or,
Yeah.
in that vein, and you got to be able to come up and do them really fast. So yeah, there's no time really for inspiration because you got to hurry and
Well, it's
produce
his
something and get it turned in.
yeah, it's his job to get, and any of us musicians know who have written original material, whether if it's for yourself or others. Not every song that we write is a keeper.
Yeah.
I I can only relate it really to midline because that's the thing I've been in the longest and done the most with, is the amount of songs that we have in our catalog. There's probably 3 times the amount of stuff that was a finished song that we gave up on or just didn't seem to work. Now, part of that also is like at the time, recording songs is expensive.
Yeah.
And so we might have had like 4 or 5 songs ready to go, and then we just couldn't afford it, and we just and somewhere along the way those songs fell off. And it's no secret that Scott and Stymie left the band during the COVID shutdown. We had 7 songs written, finished, that we never recorded or anything, and they just went away.
Aw.
And maybe somewhere in the archives of stuff might be an email that might have a piece of one of those or
like
something. But
a practice recording or something.
yeah. And now Greg made me think, like him talking about inspiration is for amateurs. I don't know where this saying came from. I'm not sure I have it 100% right, but I heard Gene Simmons say it. It's like the music business is 90% perspiration and 10% inspiration.
Mm.
And what I got from that is that you're not always inspired to keep working.
Yeah.
You have to just keep
plugging away.
Yeah. The other thing I heard Rick Beato say recently is 90% of show business is showing up. Like, just get to work and do the thing.
It's almost like the gym.
Right? Yeah. I could expand off of that a little bit.
Well, okay, so you have an instrument, guitar, drums, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You have a gym membership.
Uh-huh.
You can practice your instrument. You could go to the gym. You could practice and get better. You could go to the gym and get leaner and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not motivated to go do those things, it's not going to happen. So yeah, if 90% is showing up, but yeah, totally. It's 90% of working out and getting fit at the gym is getting in the car and getting there, or going to your home gym or whatever you've got.
Yeah.
Some people have that in their garage, or they might have a couple things in an extra bedroom or something. But it's crazy how just because we had a treadmill for a while, and so there was no excuse.
The most awkward piece of furniture to pile clothes on ever.
Oh, we didn't pile clothes on it, but it was weird because it's like, how come we have this thing and we don't use it, and it's inside, so you're not out in the heat, or you're not out in the freezing cold.
Yeah.
Yet we're not using it.
It wasn't inspiring. Is that why? Or is
I don't know. No, it's. I don't think
involved?
I don't know what it is. I really don't know. What is it that keeps us from doing that thing that we say we want to do? I remember.
Okay,
I remember a doctor. I was talking to a doctor about something, and he was telling me about somebody that he was friends with, and I think he was an author, or I don't know, he did something, and he was talking about like how he did, the amount of whatever it was that he did. And I'm like, man, how did he have time for it? And he's like, well, you make time for the stuff that you love.
Aha. Yes. You definitely make time for the stuff that you love. I agree with that. And sometimes the thing that I love the most is sitting on the
I
couch.
was gonna say, sometimes the thing we love is binging a show.
But okay, obviously, producer, you understand a dynamic to our relationship and to our different personalities because we've been together so long, right? But I can tell you, even when I'm resistant to sometimes you telling me like, hey, shouldn't you be doing the thing? Like,
Shouldn't you be out learning these songs?
yes,
150 songs,
right? And I'll know that,
excuse me,
but part of me really wants to watch 3 more episodes of whatever we're
yeah,
binging, right? When I know, like,
yeah. I will say,
the pending regret that's hanging in
yeah,
the air right above
yeah,
me because
it's
I'm
called
not doing the thing,
procrastination.
right?
Yeah, and for me, I'm like, TV is for at night. Like, do all the work stuff,
Yeah.
get your worky stuff done, and then you can relax and watch the shows, and then like there's nothing hanging over your head. You can actually enjoy them knowing that tomorrow's the next day and you'll continue again.
Well, before I mention the next thing, okay, so Jared says staying in shape, eating properly, and practicing as needed to be high-level musician is a tall order.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's now Jared, whom we know fairly well, is a lean man,
Yeah.
and he always looks good. As far as my interaction with him, I've never seen Jared and thought, oh, he's kind of getting a little pudgy. Now,
oh my gosh.
I,
You're so judgmental.
I am. I'm very judgmental. People know this.
Okay.
Okay. Now, some people have a genetics to them that they just stay thin. Their body type is that way. However, I do know that Jared also works out, so he has to do some work to maintain that, right? Like if you ever see Jared on stage performing, he looks like a guy that's in a band performing. You never go, oh, look at the guy trying to be cool. He just looks cool.
In his cargo shorts and New Balance. His iPad. Okay.
Suzanne says, good morning. Hope you are seeing clearly. I am seeing so good. And it's great. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this thing, but see, Jared says no genetics here. Jared, do you mind? I'm not gonna guess, but do you mind putting in the chat so I could tell people how old you are? If you don't mind. If you don't want to say, that's fine too, but I have an idea in my head what it might be, but somebody who's actually taking care of themselves. I think that's pretty cool.
So his comment, staying in shape, eating properly, and practicing as needed to be a high-level musician is a tall order. I think of, I don't know if anybody watched the Taylor Swift documentary thing about her tour, her big, huge, like 1.5 year long tour, the Eras tour. And she started 6 months before they started rehearsals. She started working out with a trainer and worked her tail off.
Yeah.
And he was putting her through the ringer. And part of her training was running on the treadmill and singing all of those songs.
Yeah.
Without being winded. Because she's going to be running up and down the stage, and like you see how huge that stage is, and sometimes she's sprinting from the end of the catwalk way back to the main part of the stage, or she's climbing, she's being brought down on like this stage lift elevator thing to go underneath the stage, and then she shoots across underneath on like some little ride to get to another part of the stage and change clothes or whatever.
Well, you're giving every detail of
But
what she does, but the point, like
yeah,
her show's
yeah, that
3 hours.
it's 3 hours, and so she's staying in shape, she's eating properly, she's
Yeah.
practicing, and it's not she's not just doing it here and there willy-nilly. It's that 90% perspiration
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get to do what
So
she does.
our friend Bart Robley, he told me, now I know, I've known Bart for a while now, is that he's pretty disciplined about going to the gym every morning. And I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's within walking distance of his house. And sometimes he doesn't feel like doing it. And another friend of his told him, he's like, well, if you don't want to go to the gym, at least get up and go touch the handle to the door of the gym. Like, at least do that. And the point being is, like, if you went through that much effort to get there, you might as well just go in and do your thing. Jared says he's 65.
Yeah.
Wow. Jared, that's incredible. And you look great, man. And then Greg,
Yeah, that's funny.
Greg says, I go through what my bandmates refer to as my fat Elvis stages. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we're kind of getting a little bit away from time constraints or things that you have to do in a short period of time. But I want to talk about like a calendar goal thing. But before I do, give some people a chance to weigh in. So one question would be, what's one limitation that you're dealing with right now in your life? Like, if you don't mind sharing, like, what is the limitation that you're under? And it could be music related or not. Is it time? Is it energy? Is it money, focus, confidence? Any of those things. And let's see what people have to say if they're willing to share. And while that's happening, Mary and I put in the production room this calendar that has 3 months on it at a time. And
it's big. It's like a movie poster. It's really big.
It's probably 24 inches wide or so.
No. It's
really?
Yeah, well,
it's about 24 inches wide,
maybe a little more
than maybe 36 inches long.
Yeah.
And so Mary and I have meetings frequently where we plan things for our music careers and things that we want to accomplish. So then we talk about what those things are, and then we devise a plan on accomplishing those things. And they might be in smaller steps that keep leading to the bigger thing. But now we started writing it out on this calendar, and it's like a giant whiteboard. So once we kind of get to the end of the third month, we can put the next 3 months
and rotate it back up
on there.
And then we have these sticky notes that are just the right size. They fit. They're smaller, just a little smaller than the standard sticky note size, and they fit perfectly inside each square.
Yeah.
So if we have, so then we write on those for the things that could change. So like there's things that are on the calendar that aren't going to change. Like I've got a gig or your eye surgery, stuff like that. But then there's the stuff like right now, one of the things we're working on is getting the garage side of all the storage crap in our garage, like trying to clean all that up, get rid of crap.
Well, we want to kind of expand our studio space, and so that has to happen.
So we have all these sticky notes that are breaking that task up into little chunks. And then so every Saturday we have, let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 7 sticky notes, and we've at least gotten through one so far.
Well,
but then we can shift them, oh, we didn't get to it, so move them down.
Right. So I was making progress on that, and then we got a refrigerator to put in the garage next to the freezer, and so now we have to rearrange some stuff, and so those notes had to be moved. And now I have 150 songs to listen to.
So those things are going to get moved down again.
They're going to get moved down because it's prioritizing those things, right? It doesn't mean that, but
we're not taking them off. We're just shifting.
Yeah, we have to keep them in view. So we more or less have like this 3-month plan, or this. We try to stay rigid with it, but it can move if it needs to be. But what we can accomplish and what we can get done. And when I started cleaning the garage, if I just focused on that, I got a lot done.
Yeah.
I didn't just move a couple things and then check my phone and scroll for a
Yeah.
while or whatever. All right. So Greg is the first one to weigh in. The question was, what's one limitation you're dealing with right now? And was it time, energy, money, focus, or confidence?
Yeah, he's
And
got time.
Greg says not enough hours in the day to get, I'll just put it up here.
Yeah.
This is
not enough hours in the day to get everything done that I need to get done between production, lessons, practices, etc.
Yeah.
So what is it that you're saying you need to get done? Like, are you talking about like housework? Are you talking about, because you're already doing production, lessons, and practice, so that's good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what is it you're trying to get done in between all those things?
Side note, producer.
Yeah.
You and I need to figure out a time to go check out Greg's studio.
Yeah.
And see what's happening over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Greg might be one of those people who would be benefiting from what we're doing, where there's a book called The 12-Week Year.
Yeah.
And
Jim Reidenbaugh told us about.
Yeah. And it's a book that's designed to help you accomplish things in a short amount of time.
Well, more to but to accomplish more in a year.
Yeah.
So the premise behind it is that a lot of organizations have this whole year-end thing, and like maybe like car sales or whatever. And so at the end, like there's this big push, like in November or December, like there's big sales or whatever, and they're trying to meet their goals. Yeah. Whereas like you might have the one guy that works for the, in the car sales, but he's been crushing it all year because he's not thinking about year end. He's thinking about month end or quarter end or whatever. And so he's made his deadlines shorter and is trying to beat those records. And so they found, based on this book, that if you make your year, in quotes, only 12 weeks instead of 12 months, you'll accomplish more, be more productive, because there's a lot of time that gets wasted over the course of a year.
Yeah. Let's keep moving this conversation forward. Thank you, Greg.
I got to leave in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I got to leave in about 7. Okay. So thank you, Greg, for that. Good morning, Jamie Vink. I like to say yes to as many things as I can. Are you kind of the same way, Mary? You like to say yes to things?
Yeah. Well, I don't think I would say I like to, but I do.
You find yourself... Well, do you feel like if you say no to people, that you're letting them down, and
yes,
maybe attached to that is like, if you don't help them or whatever, then their perception of you changes, like, oh, she's the one that doesn't want to do anything.
I don't know if I've ever really thought about that, but sometimes it's stuff I do want to do. But then sometimes it's stuff I don't want to do, but I'd feel bad to say no because I might be the only one qualified. That's, I'm the easiest one to get for whatever reason. So
yeah, well, maybe people trust you with whatever it is that they're needing help with. But I will say, like, maybe tying into a couple of these things, like I did a show a while back called "Put Your Mask On First," meaning that's a thing, like a safety thing when you fly, right? They tell you in the event of an emergency, oxygen mask will drop. They tell you to put yours on first, and then help others. And it's a really good thing. Like, I don't think it's a selfish thing to have self-care, to make sure that you're taken care of, because if you're not taken care of, you kind of become ineffective or useless to those around you because you're not well.
Right.
And you also told me a couple of years ago, as I was transitioning into being a full-time musician, is to kind of ask myself, like, does this help my career or not?
Yeah.
And learning to say no to certain things.
Yeah.
Or saying no to things that you don't have to do anymore.
Sure.
Like, is it really necessary to play this gig in this place or this kind of situation or whatever?
Are you saying yes just because you're flattered somebody asked you?
Like I'm sure that could be the case. So anybody watching right now, as we get close to wrapping this up, because we only have a few more minutes, is what do you need to say no to? Is there something that's in your life right now, if you don't mind sharing, like what do you need to say no to in order to accomplish the things that you really want to do?
Okay, and with that, I've got a bill.
You got to bail.
Yeah,
See,
so
she has to say no
so mute
right
my mic.
now so that she can go do her thing. So thanks, producer. Okay, so Greg says, ha ha ha. Recording projects and sessions work predominantly. There is a lot. For instance, this morning I will be completing about half a dozen guitar tracks before 10 this morning. Wow. Well, first of all, that's awesome. And uh, sometimes you're going to be working under that pressure, and maybe that's when your best work is going to happen, Greg. Being under pressure to get those 6 guitar tracks done by 10 o'clock this morning. It is almost 8. So you've got just over 2 hours at this very moment to accomplish those things. So that's pretty cool. And maybe that's where I would be interested if next week, Greg, if you could just give us an update on how that went and how you felt about those 6 tracks that you've got to do. I'd be really, really curious to see where that lands. All right, we just got like 3 minutes left, working within this constraint of time. What do you need to say no to? Greg says, I will let you know for sure. Cool. Awesome. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to scan my notes for a second. Ba-ba-ba. Some of my notes kind of revolved around like this idea of less is more, which I don't really care for that saying necessarily musically. Jamie says projects, not musical projects. So Jamie, you need to say no to certain projects that aren't musical. Let's see, you're kind of a jack of all trades handyman, if I remember right. Do I have that right? I don't remember. I think that's the case. Plus, don't you do like video editing and things like that as well? Jamie, do you feel like you're taking on too much? Yes, the handyman, jack of all trades deal. The Now I know when I was in the landscaping business, I would keep saying yes to things or just a little bit longer so I wouldn't work a normal workday. I'd be getting up, getting out of here, sometimes being at a job site by 6 a.m., which is completely ridiculous. And I would think, okay, well, I'm starting early. I'm going to, especially when it's hot out in the summer, I'd be like, I'm out of here by 3. And then unknowingly or subconsciously, I would be on those job sites till like 8 o'clock at night. And then by the time you're cleaning up tools and things and drive home, it's after 9 o'clock. It's 9:30. Like your whole day was consumed by this thing. And it feels good sometimes to say no. So yeah, Jamie's too much. So Jamie, as I told Greg, maybe you too would benefit from this 3-month window of time to work in where everything's scheduled, and you can look at those 3 months and go, oh, I'm going to get this done, this done, this done, and this done. And you can forecast all of that. And then it kind of feels like you have some pressure off too, because now you've taken all this chaos and you've organized it, and it doesn't feel so overwhelming then at that point. Jamie, I don't remember if that thing was up the last time you were here or not, but you're always welcome to come hang out, man. Always welcome to come hang out. All right. I'm going to check it out. Cool. So the book that we've been referring to, Jamie, is, and it's a super easy read and it's very inspirational. And considering the conversations that you and I've had about being a full-time musician, Jamie, this might really be the book for you to make that move forward. And that would be awesome. See, I like sharing stuff that's really cool and inspirational, things that are happening in my life that I get excited about and things that have worked. And I don't have it all figured out, but man, it's super fun to do that and see the results and how that moves your life forward. So there you go. Everybody, thank you for joining me today. Next week, I will have on a guest, and it is Eric. Why am I spacing your last name? Oh, this is bad. I have to look really quick. Eric. I'm thinking of my tattoo guy that I like, Eric Trescott. It is, oh man, this is embarrassing. Da, da, da. Eric Gilbert. I had Eric Trescott stuck in my head. Eric Gilbert, who runs the Treefort Music Hall and the Treefort Music Festival and Duck Club. Eric will be my guest next week on the show. And I had met Eric before because he and I and Steve Fulton were on a panel that the band Town of Trees put together. They called it Tot Talks, and there was about 35 area musicians all part of this thing. And Eric and I and Steve Fulton did this discussion, kind of roundtable discussion thing about the music business, and it was really, really cool. So I'm looking forward to having Eric on here, and that'll be our show next week. Okay, so say yes to stuff, but also remember sometimes it's healthier to say no. All right, there you go. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to go get my eye checked out. Bye.